Happy morning, dear students. Today's topic is disorders of musculoskeletal system in children. Under that, we will discuss about anatomy and physiology of bones, and then cartilages, tendons, ligaments, joints, and muscles. And what is the clinical features, whether child is having any bone deformities, and we will discuss about the diagnostic evaluations and management, that is medical management, surgical management, and nursing management. Everything we will learn in this musculoskeletal system. Okay, let's start the topic. First, introduction. Here the musculoskeletal conditions comprise more than 150 conditions that affects the locomotor system of individuals. They range from those that arise suddenly and are short lived, such as fractures, sprains, strains, to lifelong conditions associated with ongoing functioning limitations and disability. Here, the musculoskeletal conditions are typically characterized by pain and limitation in mobility, destroy dexterity and overall level of functioning, reducing people's ability to work. Okay, because of this musculoskeletal condition, child is suffering with the pain and limitation. The range of motion is that also is limitation, the mobility and dexterity and overall level of functions, that is reducing the people's ability to work. Okay, this is about the introduction of musculoskeletal system. Here the inflammation may cause pain, swelling, warmth, tenderness, impaired functions, and sometimes redness of overlying skin also is because of some any infections of the bones and inflammations. Child is suffering with this symptoms of inflammation. Here the inflammation can result from many different musculoskeletal disorders such as autoimmune disorders, for example rheumatoid arthritis and infections. Here the musculoskeletal conditions are also highest contribution to global need for rehabilitation. They are among the largest contributions to need of rehabilitation services among children and account for approximately two-thirds of all adults in need of rehabilitation. If any deformity is there, that is in the muscles or bones, here child is needed for the rehabilitation conditions. Okay, here it is the largest contribution of needed for rehabilitation services among the children and accounts approximately two-thirds of all adults in need for the rehabilitation. So if any child is suffering with these bone deformities, inflammations, and muscle problems, they need some rehabilitation. You should remember that this. Okay, this is about the musculoskeletal system introduction. And next we will discuss about the overview of the musculoskeletal system. You know about that is here the musculoskeletal system anatomy. Okay, here the structure of the musculoskeletal system working together to provide support and produce movements. Here the anatomy, we will learn about the bones. Here the you know about what are the types of the bones and cartilage types and tissues, joints, and then muscles. We will discuss one by one. Here are the bones. The bones are the rigid framework. Total how many bones is there in our body? That is total 206 in human body bones is there. Here are the long bones. What are the long bones? Long bones are humerus and then femur is there. Long bones. Here are the humerus and then femur. These two are the long bones is there, and then short bones. Here the short bones are is tarsals. Okay, here the it is there in the foot. Here the tarsal bones is there, no, that is short bones, that is about lateral cuneiform and intermediate cuneiforms and medial cuneiforms. These are there in the foot, that is in the tarsal bones. Okay, here that is called as short bones. And the next one is the flat bones. What are the flat bones means? Here the flat bones are the sternum. the sternum is the flat bone is there. Okay, here the sternum is having flat bone, the skull also is having flat bones. And next one is irregular bones. Where it is there, this irregular bones, here the vertebrae is having irregular bones. This vertebrae is having irregular bones. And next one is sesamoid bone. Here the sesamoid bone means it is present in the patella and the knee. Here the patella is there, no, that bone is called a sesamoid bone. These are the bones. It is a rigid framework. Total how many bones is there? That is 206 bones is there in the human body. Okay, and next long bones. Here the long bones are epiphyses. Here look at this image. Epiphysis means here what happened, what is the main functions of this epiphysis means the growth of the long bone occur at the epiphysis. Here the growth of the long bone. Here this is the proximal epiphysis and then this is the distal epiphysis. Here the growth of the long bones occur at this phase itself. Here the epiphyseal plate also is there. Here the epiphyseal plate and then diaphysis, that is the shaft is there. Okay, here this is the shaft, diaphysis shaft, and medulla cavity. Here the bone marrow is there in the medulla cavity, and here the bone marrow, red color it is there, no, orange color, that is bone marrow, and hematopoiesis also is there. Here the bone is developing the blood cells, RBCs. Okay, so here the periosteum, the blood supply is forming from the periosteum. Okay, this is about the long bone, from where, what are the parts of the long bone. Here the epiphysis is there. Here the proximal epiphysis and then distal epiphysis is there. From there the growth of the long bones is occur at the epiphysis. Okay, and the epiphyseal plate also is there. It is having diaphysis, that is a shaft. Here this is called as diaphysis, that shaft is there, and medullary cavity. Here the bone marrow and hematopoiesis is there, and periosteum, the blood supply is there. Okay, this is about the long bone. And then bone remodeling. What is bone remodeling means? Maintaining the strong and then healthy bone. Okay, here the reabsorption and then metabolism of mechanism of the bone marrow or bone remodeling is there. Okay, here what happened, here the osteocalatis, osteocalast, calast. Here the dissolve of old bone and then release calcium into the bloodstream. Again formation of the bone, that is osteoblast, build a new bone, remove the calcium from the bone stem. Okay, this is about the bone remolding. Here the process will be a generation of new bone formation, that is called as osteoblast. The formation is there, and finally the dissolve of the old bone is there. Okay, here the removing of the calcium and everything is goes off. Okay, this is called as bone remodeling. Okay, why this bone remodeling process is mechanism is going on in the long bones means because of maintaining strength or strong and then healthy bones. Okay, and coming to the cartilages, here the cartilages, what is the main function of cartilage means it acts as a cushion between the joints and then muscles. Okay, here the cartilage types of, it is a type of tissues. The cartilage is a cushion between the ligaments is there. Okay, it is ligaments means cartilage. Here the ligaments is there, that is it is present in between the bone to bone. Okay, there is no damage both bones, so the cartilage like an cushion, it is present, the ligaments between the bones to bone is there. Okay, that is called as cartilage. Tendon means there is a connection, ligament between the muscle to bone. Okay, and next one is a ligament. Ligament, it is a connection between the bone to bone. Okay, that is called as ligament, and helps to stabilize joints the surroundings. They support, for the supportive purpose, these ligaments are stabilizing the joints and then surrounding areas. Tendons are intermediaries between the muscles and then bones. Here the tendons are between the muscles and then bones. The cartilage act as a cushion between the joints. Okay, this is about the cartilage, tendon and then ligaments. Okay, Remember, nothing is there. The cartilage means it is the bone to bone, in between the cushion is there, that is cartilage. Tendon means it is a muscle to bone is there. Ligaments means connect between the bone to bone, it helps to stabilize the surrounding bones. Okay, look at this here. It is, first one is tendon. Here the tendons are bone to muscle connection to support the muscles and then surrounding areas, bony attachment areas is there. This is called as tendons. Okay, next one is ligaments. Here the ligaments are connection between the bone to the muscles is there. Okay, and then this also is tendon. Okay, this is the cartilage. Cartilage is present bone to bone, it is like as a cushion. Okay, remember this, where the child is having deformity within the cartilage or within the tendon or within the ligaments or bones. Everything you should be, first you should know about anatomy of the tendons, ligaments and then cartilage. Okay, here the musculoskeletal system anatomy. Here this is the tendon. The tendon means it is a connection between the muscle to bone. This is muscle to bone, that is called as tendon. Ligament means bone to bone, that is called as ligament. Okay, cartilage means it is a cushion between the bone to bone. Okay, next one is articular system of joints is there. What is how it is articular the system of joints, that is where two bones met. Okay, here the two bones, where the two bones is met, allow the skeletal to move, the ligaments and then cartilage. In between that, the synovial fluid and synovial membrane is there. The action of this synovial fluid or membrane means it is a freely movable. Mostly it is there in the two joints. Okay, here femur and then in between the lower part radius. Okay, here it is there humerus and then radius, it is a connection is there, no? Okay, that the in between the joints the synovial fluid is there anywhere. Okay, because of easily movable. And next, amphiatric. It is a slightly movable. Okay, that is mostly there in the symphysis pubis, because of during labor this symphysis pubis is having movable, so that is called as amphiarthrotic. Okay, here. And synarthrotic means it is immovable. Where it is there means it is a skull bone is there. Okay, synarthrotic means immovable bones, that is there in the skull bones, and movable bones it is there, that is amphiarthrotic means it is there in the symphysis pubis. Here the two pubis bones is attached together, in between that is called as symphysis pubis. No, here it is slightly movable during the labor, childbirth, it is slightly movable. Okay, you should know about the amphiarthrotic and then synarthrotic. You should know. Synarthrotic means immovable. Amphiarthrotic means it is a movable bones. Okay, you should know about the articular system of the bones, joints. Okay, and next one is skeletal muscles. What is the skeletal muscles? It is an voluntary active movements is there. Because of this muscle fibers, the connection is there in between the cell to cell. Okay, here the skeletal muscles, it is an ligaments is there. Okay, here the skeletal muscles, there is a connection between the muscle to bone. Okay, here the blood vessels and then epimysin and everything is connected with the muscles and then ligaments. Okay, attached to the skeletal muscles. And next one is functions of the musculoskeletal system. What is the main functions of musculoskeletal system? Means to protect the internal organs, to support the internal organs. It is a range of motion, storage of minerals in the bones and then muscles it is there, and manufacturing of the red blood cells. Okay, mostly it is there in the long bones, so that is femur and then humerus. The manufacturing of the red blood cells in the bone marrow, the development of RBC is there, no? Okay, this is about the functions of musculoskeletal system. And next, coming to the pediatric difference in the musculoskeletal system, means here the fetus, how it is formed means the fetus is formed closely packed with the connective tissue, cartilage and then bones. Ossifies is there. Okay, it is a packed connective tissue and then cartilage and then bones is formed with the fetus is formed with these three. And infant bones are soft whenever the infant is having fractures in the children that is less than 1 year old, and that is rare, but thick abuse or any diseases, that time child is getting the fractures. Children bones more plastic, more of force required to break, will buckle or blend. Firstly, any band or any buckle, that time only it will be having some flexibility is there with that, and child bones heal very fastly. Okay, because in that only we will explain about the green sticky fractures. Okay, if any fracture is there in the long bones, automatically without any treatment only, they will heal. Okay, their bones is healing. And next one is soft tissue or more resilient is there, and ligaments and tendons are stronger than the bones is there. So dislocation sprains less common in the children's. Why these sprains strains are less common dislocation in the children's means because of their tendons, ligaments are more stronger than the bones. So children is not getting the fractures commonly. Okay, and next one is assessment of musculoskeletal system in children. Here the assessment of musculoskeletal system, children, everything should be assessed with the physical examination. First history taking, after that physical examination, and everything you should learn. Okay, history taken, under that you should ask about one by one. Okay, we will discuss the assessment of the musculoskeletal system in children. Okay, assessment parameters is there. That is, first one is complete health history, family history, patient history, nutrition, gross motor, fine motor, milestones, everything should be asked about. When the baby is able to sit, when baby is able to walk, everything should be asked. And daily physical activity, how far the baby is active or dull is there, motor activity, everything should be taken under the history. Sports participation, use of gear, everything should be remember, and you should take the history. And any trauma, developmental delay, lifestyle alterations, everything should be take for the patient history. And clinical manifestations, example pain, physical limitations, and sometimes baby is unable to walk, sometimes baby unable to participate in the games, that time also everything should be recognized. And mobility aids, example brass, if any baby is using mobility aids, that is brass, that and also everything should be taken history. Okay, this is about assessment of musculoskeletal system in children. First one is history, family, everything you should be gather information from those children. And next one is physical assessment. Okay, physical assessment means structural abnormalities. Any structural abnormalities is there or not, everything you should be know. And then posture, and then gait, how whether any deviation is there, baby's posture or gait. And muscle symmetry, mass, tone, strength, arms and legs, some length, whether any alignment is there or not, everything should be checked for those children. And circulation, for example any necrosis is there, circulation, the color, temperature, pulse, and capillary filling, edema in each extremities, everything should be checked for the physical assessment. And ROM for all joints should be check, that is movement also you should, range of motion, everything should be checked for all joints. A sensation, whether that child is having severe pain or less pain, everything. And then you should assess for those children for assessing a physical assessment. Okay, and that is about the history and then physical examination. And then check for the selected gross motor and fine motor milestones of the age, everything should take history. Okay, and before that milestones you should be asked, gather information from their parents. And next one is normal development of posture and then spine. Okay, how the baby, when baby is standing, how the baby is having any kyphosis or lordosis, anything is there, everything, any deviation, and then everything should be checked for the spinal and then posture of the spinal curves. Okay, this is about the physical examination of gross motor and then developmental posture of spine. And coming to the laboratory studies, here the laboratory studies, you know about what are the diagnostic procedures means radiological examinations. It shows that any abnormalities of bones, joints or muscles. And x-ray, most commonly we will check for the any bone deformities. And next one is bone scan for skeletal survey, CT scan, MRI for soft tissue injuries, ultrasonography or ultrasounds. Other important procedures like orthography, arthroscopy, and joint aspiration or bone marrow transplant, bone marrow aspiration. Okay. And diagnostic procedures are alkaline phosphate ALP test should be ruled out for any bone deformities and C-reactive proteins and any infections like inflammations like rheumatoid arthritis. That time also C-reactive proteins are increased. Erythrocyte sedimentation rate, any inflammations or infections, ESR levels also is increased. Rheumatoid fever factors should be ruled out for the diagnostic evaluations. These are the laboratory studies whatever you should rule out for the musculoskeletal system disorders. Okay, common nursing diagnosis are impaired physical mobility, pain that is acute or chronic, risk for delayed growth and development, you should write. And next, risk for impaired skin integrity, risk for injuries, risk for non-compliance, and diversional activity deficit also is there, because if any fracture is there, diversion is not there, so diversional activity deficit is there. These are the common nursing diagnosis whole musculoskeletal system. Okay, before starting the topics, we learn about the anatomy, introduction, anatomy of the bones, that is bones, cartilages, tendons, ligaments, joints, and then muscles, and functions of the musculoskeletal system. We learn what is about the pediatric musculoskeletal system, assessment of assessment for that physical assessment, gross motor, fine motor, and then motor developmental of the spinal curve. Everything we learn under the nursing diagnosis and then diagnostic evaluations. Okay, next we will start the topics. Okay, till now just only overview of the musculoskeletal system only we learn till now. Okay, and coming to the conditions, that is cast. Okay, what is cast? It is a protective support. Okay, here the provides, here it is protective supports or provide supports for maintenance of the muscles and the bones if any fracture is there. That time only we will use this cast. Okay, maintain anatomic position for bone healing or correction of deformity. Plaster of Paris or fiberglass they are using for the cast. Plaster of POP they are using POP or fiberglasses are using for making of this cast. Most cast applied on the outpatient basis itself. Okay, we will learn about the what is cast. Cast care, here the drying means be especially careful with the cast for the first 24 to 48 hours, can easily crack or break. Everything should be check for within 48 hours. Elevate the cast extremity on the pillow above the level of the heart. Okay, always you should keep this cast above the level of the heart itself. Okay, and reposition every 2 to 4 hours. Ensure through drying whether how far it is the plaster it is drying or not, everything you should check. Can take 48 hours for a plaster cast can to harder. Okay, after 48 hours only this plaster POP is dried. While the cast is wet, handling is gently with the hands, cupped palm slides up to no fingertips. Okay, just only you should use the palms only. If you lift the extremity, support it by the holding the joints and above the joints is below. Okay, once the dry the cast should sound hollow. Okay, some hollow sounds is there when it is dull and dry, and be cool to the touch. Avoid the getting and then cast wet. Okay, don't do the go for the swimming and everything. Cover with the plastic and waterproof tap to keep dry when the bathing. Okay, this is about the cast care and then drying. How much the time how much time is there after application of this cast with the POP? After 48 hours only it is going to dry. How did you recognize this cast is drying? Means the hollow sound is there at the, whenever we touch it, is it feels very cold. Okay, this is about the cast care. Caste for the children in the caste. Okay, care for the children in a caste. Here you should know, maintain the circulation, movement, and then sensation. CMS is very very important. Whenever in orthopedic area, any baby is having caste, should the nurses has to recognize the circulation, how far the circulation is there, and movement and then sensation. Check for quarterly 15 to 30 minutes for 2 hours equal. Then the 1 to 2 hours thereafter for the first 24 hours. So you should check for the circulation, movements, and then sensation. Check for the skin around the cast edges for the irritation, rubbing, or blistering. Any blistering is sometimes if it is too tight of this cast with POP, what happens, some blisters and then irritation also is there with this edges. And then petal edges, the cast if is necessary, wrapped waterproof tap around the edges. If anything is goes wrong, any edges is getting irritation, you should use the wrapped waterproof tap around the edges. And circle and drainage and or bleeding note noted through the cast is material. Okay, and then elevate the cast above the heart level, and this is very very important. They are asking in viva questions, what is the position of cast? Means always you should keep the or elevate the cast above the heart levels, especially for within the first 48 hours only. Okay, kept the cast dry. Cleanse the skin just under the cast edges with rubbing with the alcohol. Do not pour powder, lotions, oils, or perfumes into the cast. It may sometimes it will be getting irritation. Don't allow the child to place anything inside the cast. Okay, this is about the cast management. And instructions to parent to contact with the provided if any foul smell is there, unusual odors, burning, tingling, or numbness, fingers or toes will swollen, or inability to move fingers or toes is turned to blue or white color, drainage is there if it is through the cast, sudden unexplained fever that is more than the 38 degrees Fahrenheit centigrades, that time you should remember. Unusual foolishness and unable to console the child, that time also you should go for the doctor. Pain that is not relieved, any objects such as coins, rocks, or small toys get under the cast, that time also you should go for the doctor. Cast slipping and cast crumbles and cracks or breaks. Cast becomes wet or soggy and then soft, that time you go for the you need some instructions. Okay, go for the doctor. Okay, this is about the instructions to parents to cast, and then contact the provider if okay. How to remove the cast means with using of this instrument, they are removing the cast. Okay,